Welcome into the local hardwood here on RoCo Radio and RoCoRadio.com. I'm Joe Dexter. As we preview the basketball season, we're joined with head coach Eddie Anglero of the Rockingham County Cougars. Coach, how you doing?
Doing good, man. How you doing?
Coach, I'm glad to have you. I'm glad that basketball is here as well. It's that time of the year. I know you're a busy man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm happy it's here too. I'm definitely busy.
So we're glad to have you along. The season gets underway on Tuesday against Ashboro. Before we start with this season, touch on last season for the first time in over 20 years, finishing over 500 last year, 12-10 overall on the season. You lose the all-time scoring leader in school history in Dalton Dynamite Johnson, who's doing great things, by the way, playing minutes at William Peace as a freshman right now. Coach, what did Dalton mean and the guys that you lose this year, and how do you adjust moving forward?
When it comes to Dalton, he meant a lot to this program. He was, like you said earlier, he's an all-time leading scorer. I mean, to me, he's one of the most underrated basketball players in high school that was last year, in my opinion. I mean, and losing him is definitely a great loss, as well as some of the other guys that we are losing that played last year. Nick, Brady, Luke, Alex Page. We lost a few key guys that we thought we may have had this year, but things happen, and we're just gonna have to move forward.
James Thomas, one of the most electrifying players in the county, a guy that you're definitely going to look to this season, not just offensively, but total. What does he bring to the floor for you guys?
What James Thomas brings to the floor for us is just a spark. Give him the ball, he's going to put it in the basket, whichever way you want him to go. I think he's going to have a really breakout season this year. I mean, he did very well. He started he was a player. I brought him up as a freshman, and then as a sophomore, he got a lot more playing time, was actually one of our starters, and, had to play alongside Dynamite and Nick. But this year, having it be his team, I think he's going to star in his role, and I'm just ready to see what he has in store for us this season.
Talk a little bit about his versatility on the offensive side of the floor. This is a guy that can get to the basket. He can be found on the pass from the wing inside. He can shoot the three. He can spread the floor as well, and he can play ISO. What do you see from him offensively this season as one of your leaders?
What I see from him this year is just really what you explained, the fact that he can just do pretty much anything on the court. Like you said, he can shoot the three. He can hit the mid-range, which is kind of a lost art, and he can get to the basket, ISO basketball, transition. Basically, we're just trying to put the basketball in his hands and not limit him this year, and just let him know that, hey, it's his team, and we're on you.
Who are some of the other guys we should be keeping our eyes on as we head into the season on Tuesday?
Coach beat all of them, but if I had to name a few, Nick Gooseby is one who is coming in, entering, his pretty much his first year on varsity, but 6'5" wing. I know traditionally in high school, most 6'5" guys play in the post, but to me, he's a wing, he's a guard. And I told him that. I said, we're not going to try to play you on offense as a big man. We want you to be a guard and kind of change the floor. That's kind of what today's basketball is going to anyway, where you got taller guys playing playing on the wing. So I would say Nick. We got Ladarius Dillard, who's coming in, is super athletic. Really, he's going to be a good player for us this season. We got Tony Blackwell's coming in as a first year varsity player coming in, starting. I mean, we got a lot of guys.
As a team with all juniors and sophomores, does that change your coaching approach a bit, or is it something that you look forward to?
I don't think it changes my coaching approach a bit because, like I said, when it comes, I don't really look at junior, sophomore. I just look if you got game, and that's the way I coach it. I feel that I can figure it out, and with us being young, it's going to be some ups and downs, and I'm prepared for that. And I knew that going into the situation, so I'm just prepared. And I'm trying to coach the guys every single day to understand that, yes, we may be young, but who cares? Let's get out there and play basketball. We're going to, let's try to limit some of those mistakes that we're going to have. And overall, let's stick together and try to get better.
I think that speaks to your team as a whole and your program as a whole. Last year, the JV squads, a lot of those guys coming up this year, they were able to beat county opponents at least once, each county opponent. Now those county opponents are in the conference, so That's definitely the message I know from you. But how important is it in high school basketball? I think sometimes we try to overdo things, but the simplification is if you go out there and compete, you have a chance.
Oh yeah, that's what it's about. I mean, when you're talking about the county being in the conference, for us, it was kind of a when it comes to scheduling wise, it was kind of a hard deal because we had to play our 14 conference games and then we had to play 6 county games. That's 20. We were only left with 4 non-conference games, and that included some like last year not having the ability to play in the Christmas tournament. So having the county in our conference allowed us, for one, to be able to schedule more, but and two, just to be able to let the guys know that hey, night in and night out, we're not going to have a night off. We're going to have to go and we're going to have to push it every single night. There will not be a night off, and we're going to have to bring our A game every single night.
Those tournament games too, those are huge because they help you as you get ready for February, as you get ready for the late part of the season. They give you experience in those type of scenarios.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, like this year we'll be playing. Like we were supposed to play in the hoop state last year, but due to the snow and things like that, the weather, it kind of delayed us, and we were not able to play. But this year again, we're going to be in the hoop state. We're going to be playing in the Smith Christmas tournament this year. So having those tournament style games where you play in different competition that you may not play on a regular basis does prepare you for the playoffs, in my opinion, because now with this new conference realignment, you might go play a team 2-3 hours away with a whole different dynamic. And if you use those tournament games to, kind of prepare yourself for February, it'll definitely show up.
Coach, tell us about your coaching staff throughout the program.
In my opinion, I have the best coaching staff in the program. I mean, starting with my assistant coaches on varsity, we got Coach Matt Lane, who's been coaching for 15, 20 years. Pretty much a long time. We got Coach Sean, Sean Morey, who's also an alumni of Rockingham. I mean, he played basketball here in the late 90s, early 2000s. And then when it comes to my JV staff, I got the best JV coach around, Coach Sam Phillips, who knows the kids, loves the kids, does everything, and definitely works hard every single night. We got Coach Brent Johnson coming in on JV. Got a young guy, Adam Stallings, in his second year. And when it comes to my coaches, man, I just really feel like we have a great staff. We all work well together. We all prepare the same exact way, and to me, that's what part of building a program is having help. I know everyone looks at me, but those are the guys that really help build the program. Everybody's going to look towards me, but for me, it's those guys that help me out.
It's like anything in life. You can't build forward without symmetry and without a team, and just like you can't have success without a team on the basketball court. One thing I'll say about your coaching staff, I don't know them very well, but every time you watch the JV team last year under Coach Phillips, man, they battled to the last minute, didn't they? That's something you need to have in a program.
To me, he demands that the guys bring it every single night and fight to the end. I know in the past, whatever happened when it came to, how people felt about, the Rockingham culture, but I feel like Coach Sam brings that. We're going to fight to the end. Like you said, we saw it in a lot of games last year. No matter what the score indicated, you could always tell that Rockingham was going to play hard no matter what, and you could not deny that.
Absolutely not. Coach, when you look at basketball as a whole, I've always wanted, I like to ask this question, and I don't think I've ever asked you, what gave you a passion for the game of basketball?
I'm just playing at the Reesville. I grew up playing at the Reesville Rec when I was younger. I started playing basketball when I was 6 years old for the Reesville Rec. I used to play for the late one of the greatest men that ever, in Reesville basketball history that really much doesn't get talked about a lot, in my opinion. But the late Clay Slade, who really got me my start, and then I continued to, just move up through the ranks. But really just learning through the Reesville Rec department, that's what really gave me my love for the game of basketball.
And what continues it? Why coach? Why do you stay in the game? Is it just a love bug that you have?
It's something that I had never even, like some people dream about being a coach and stuff like that. I actually didn't know that, I never had a dream of being a coach. I mean, I knew I loved the game of basketball, but it was just something that was just kind of just bestowed upon me. And for me, the passion that keeps me going is just the guys that coached me back in the day, like the guys who I looked up to, and when I was a player, how they impacted my life, and then getting things from people like the late Curtis Pass gave me my first coaching job, and then I went to the military and I came back and Gerard Neal. who's, the assistant coach at Reedsville, brought me along on his staff in middle school, and then Coach Jason Ross brought me in. And then it just, from there, I started as an assistant, and then I was starting to gain the love for wanting to coach and wanting to be better. So that's what really gave me my passion to want to coach, is just seeing people who coach and coach me and what they brought to me, and then the guys that I named that brought me along in the coaching profession and how they work.
Coach, let's talk defensive principles for your squad. What are you looking for from your team, and how are you going to attack some of these offenses in the Mid-State Conference and in your non-conference schedule?
Defensively, what I'm looking for is for you to be on your man, no space. We're going to go hard every single play. I tell my guys every day in practice, we are going to be a physical, gritty team. We kind of lack a little bit in the size. So we're going to have to make that up by being aggressive defensively. That means being on ball, not giving up anything. We're going to be the hammer and not the nail, in my opinion. There's too many times that I see, teams kind of get pushed around and stuff like that. And I told them we're not going to be one of those teams. So defensively, conference or non-conference, every single night we get on that floor, we're going to try to be physical with you and just be aggressive and let the chips fall where they may.
He's Coach Anglero of the Rockingham County Cougars here on the local hardwood, previewing the season that gets underway on Tuesday. Coach, I want to get your overall thoughts on your non-conference schedule before we head out of here. Your overall thoughts on what you guys were able to build now with county teams in conference.
I feel like we got a really tough non-conference schedule, and with this new conference realignment and everything like that, with the win percentage and the opponent's win percentage and stuff like that, we discussed wanting to play tough competition. We have, to me, in my opinion, in the conference, we have one of the toughest conference around, and how you prepare for that is scheduling tough non-conference opponents. I mean, like I said, we open up with Ashboro. Then we playing South Stokes, who went to the state championship. We got a tournament game against Bishop McGinnis. We go across we play Magna Vista. So, I mean, we have some good non-conference games. Western Alabama. What we tried to do with the non-conference was just face some tough opponents and prepare ourselves for our conference, because I wanted us to know that, we can play a tough schedule through and through.
He's Coach Eddie Anglero here on the RoCo Radio, RoCoRadio.com, as the season gets underway on Tuesday against those Comets at home. Make sure you head on out to Wall Court. If you can't make it, we'll have the coverage for you on RoCo Radio and RoCoRadio.com. Coach, it's always a pleasure to work with you. Thank you for your support throughout the last year and the upcoming season. We look forward to watching your team and watching you coach.
Yes, sir. As always, man, thank you all for all you do. You don't know how much you impact this community and the lives and the kids' lives and even our coaches. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know when we see you guys in the building, we know we're going to be in for a good feeling. I always look forward to seeing if during the basketball season, if you guys are covering our game. And once I see that you all are covering our game, I get kind of excited. So we always want to make sure that we let you all know, you and your crew, that, we appreciate y'all as well, man, for the hard work that y'all put in as well.
He's Coach Eddie Anglero here on RoCo Radio, RoCoRadio.com. Go get him Tuesday.
Yes, sir. See you Tuesday.